Hello everyone.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about dysphagia. In our everyday lives, we take simple tasks like drinking a glass of water or getting a late night snack for granted. Next time you're having a drink, try to tilt your head all the way back and drink it normally. You'll find that it's a lot harder and you'll have to drink it slower. Next time you're having your favorite snack, try to put as much of it in your mouth at once and try to chew and swallow it. Your muscles have to work a lot harder and it'll be a lot more difficult. Working at an assisted living home and with further research, I've learned ways to help people with dysphagia. I'd like to start by talking about what dysphagia is. I'd like to share with you signs of dysphagia and how to help those who have it. Let's begin by further understanding what dysphagia is. As stated by WebMD, dysphagia is most commonly found in elderly people and babies, or people that have problems with their brain and nervous system. Usually there's a sign that there's problems with your muscular tube that moves the food from your mouth to the back of your throat to your esophagus. An article from Encyclopedia of Global Health states 2 classifications exist for dysphagia. One is transfer dysphagia and the other is esophageal dysphagia, also known as high and low, so it can be varied. Dysphagia could be medical or not. It all depends on the symptoms and the signs that are occurring. Some symptoms include choking when eating or choking afterwards, coughing or gagging, difficulty controlling the food in your mouth, or sometimes a change in your voice. When you eat or drink something, you generally don't even think about it. It's normally just a natural reflex. Swallowing is more complex than we think. It involves several different muscles and nerves. As stated in medical news today, saliva is produced when you initially see, taste, or smell food. It is easier for you to chew and swallow your food when your saliva is produced because it makes your food soft and glide down your throat gently. Normally, people chew their food and the bolus go down their throat gently, and your reflexes do the rest. When you swallow, your larynx closes and it allows the food to go down your esophagus without choking or going down the wrong hole, known as your voice box. Patients with dysphagia may have difficulty with producing saliva or the larynx in their throat that's supposed to close the voice box. When patients have difficulty producing saliva or with the muscles in their throat, it can be caused by a few different things. Most common are stroke or Parkinson's disease. Someone could also have lateral sclerosis, which is a rare group of neurological diseases that mainly involve the nerve cells. You could also have a weak tongue or blockage and irritation in your esophagus, which all goes to the cause of dysphagia. There are many ways to detect and help patients that are having difficulty with swallowing. Depending on the causes, different actions can be taken. The American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association says that you can change the amounts of food that you're intaking at a time, or the sizes of how big your food is. You could also change the viscosity of your liquids. The American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association states that there are different ways you can help patients with dysphagia. You can monitor them with a speech therapist and see how their swallowing habits are. Different measures can be taken, like thickened liquids or puree or mechanical soft diets. Thickened liquids can vary. You can have a nectar thickness, which is a little less thick than honey, but it will help you swallow better because it slows down it slows down the liquids that go down to your throat if you have weak muscles that can't help your voice box close in time. Older adults should be monitored if any of the symptoms occur. If they have weak or missing teeth, that could also cause trouble with swallowing. If they let food sit in their mouth for a long time, they could have Alzheimer's or dementia, which is causing swallowing disorders as well. The U.S. National Library of Medicine brings to light that although altering diets can help, it can also not always be the best solution. It can decrease the quality of life because they don't want to eat food that's already softened for them or drink liquids that are thick like honey. So they could become depressed and not want to do normal activities They can become depressed and not want to do normal activities like hang out with their family or be around other elderly people. Also, if you have an elderly person on a diet that includes thickened liquids, you should also monitor them after they've been drinking because post-swallow residue can block their airways after the fact. And there's also a decreased risk of hydration because they don't want to drink as much when their drinks are thickened for them. In conclusion, although dysphagia is a menace, it can be treated with the right management and care. There are many signs and symptoms for the detection process. You just have to keep a close eye on your elderly people. It is also very important that new science and technology are still being developed in order to help the quality of life for those that suffer with dysphagia. All right, that's it.